those Subaru head gaskets you got there? I thought you were strictly an all-American car buying guy, so what are you doing with those?
Well, Alex, long before you were born, I owned a Volkswagen Bug, 2 Datsun trucks, a Toyota Corolla, a Honda Prelude, and least I forget, a Mazda RX-7, which was a lot of fun, by the way.
Well, I'm shocked. Are you buying a Subaru? Maybe a WRX I can borrow?
Don't get your hopes up, Alex. The Dodge Demon with the 840-horse engine, it's what's on my mind right now.
Well then, Bill, why the Subaru head gaskets?
Good question, Alex. You and I both know it's not what we want, but what the customers want that drives the business model here at MAHLE. And I can tell you, our Subaru customers want a better head gasket than the factory style for the EJ Series engine.
You're correct about that, Bill. I was asked that question by a student last week when you and I were working at the Formula SAE event, and his question was, did we have an MLS design for the EJ Series engines? And I'm curious because I figured every vehicle in this day and age must have an MLS from the factory.
Actually, Subaru used an embossed coated single layer of steel for the EJ gasket, and we, like most other gasket suppliers, we followed the factory design.
So this is the form, fit, and function concept that we talk about here at MAHLE all the time, correct?
Yes, except in this case, form, fit, and function, it was one of these 1% where it wasn't good enough.
Oh. So, Bill, tell me more about these new head gaskets that you have sitting in front of you.
I can do that, Alex. It's sourced from a very well-known U.S. manufacturer of performance gaskets, but at this stage I can't really tell you who they are. I can tell you that this is manufactured with 3 layers of tempered stainless steel. The hourlators are coated on both sides with Viton rubber, a trademark product from DuPont, and it's an excellent material. Will handle up to 480 degrees Fahrenheit of heat.
Wow. Well, I'm curious about the embossed areas that I see on the sample. Do they do all the sealing?
Well, yes and no. Remember our gasket class a month or so ago when we talked about how head gaskets work?
Yes, I know that we have to seal coolant, pressurized oil, and combustion gases. And I know that all 3 of these require a balance of the load to get the job done. And obviously, combustion gases at well over 1200 psi are very difficult.
Well done. If you look at the sample MLS gasket I have here, you'll see embossed rings around the combustion chamber. Then if you gently pull it apart, like this, and look inside, you'll see that there is a raised stopper in the middle layer, and it fits right under the combustion chamber rings. This makes the gasket stiffer in that area and gives us our good combustion seal.
It's pretty ingenious. And how about the oil and coolant?
Well, of the 2, oil requires more effort because it's at maybe 60 psi, where coolant's about 20 psi.
Yes, I can see that this oil passage has raised embossing on both sides, but there's no raised stopper in the middle layer, and the coolant passages are essentially embossed on only one side. Again, from my gasket class, I know more embossing equals more sealing pressure, so I see how this all works together as a unit, and at the same time, how the MLS is a big improvement on the single layer design. I also noticed that you have a couple more head gaskets here that you haven't talked about, so what's the deal with those, Bill?
Well, Alex, these fit the late model FB series Subaru engine. Introduced in late 2010, the engine has a number of variations in size and has an all-new block and head design. Many engineering advancements were introduced by Subaru to this engine to make it a more efficient and longer-lived engine.
Well, the first thing I noticed is there's no middle layer, so how are we going to get the combustion load that we need?
Well, notice the multiple rings embossed in the combustion seal area right here?
Yes.
Yep. These create more load than one embossment and also provide flexibility in the load carrying capability.
Well, I'm impressed, Bill. MAHLE Original Gaskets really has their act together on Subaru, so I can't wait for the next customer to ask me about our Subaru head gaskets.
I think you're ready to go.